Module 10. The Future of Traditional Institutions and Governance in a Globalized World. First module overview. This module represents the capstone study of the course, where learners critically evaluate the enduring relevance, future trajectories, and evolving challenges of traditional institutions and governance systems in the face of rapid modernization, globalization, and digital transformation. Throughout history, traditional institutions, chieftaincies, councils of elders, monarchies, village assemblies, age-grade systems, and clan-based structures have functioned as pillars of political stability, custodians of culture, and arbiters of justice. However, globalization, migration, economic liberalization, and the digital revolution have generated new pressures, tensions, and opportunities for these institutions. Thus, this module asks, can traditional governance structures survive modern state building? Should they adapt, transform, or fade into symbolic roles? How can they coexist with democracy, human rights, and the demands of globalization? 2. Traditional institutions in the age of globalization. Globalization has created interconnected societies, forcing traditional institutions to reposition themselves. Cultural diffusion and loss of exclusivity, global media, migration, and international law often undermine indigenous traditions. Sacred rituals, once confined to specific communities, are now exposed to global audiences, sometimes leading to distortion, appropriation, or ridicule. Economic pressures and neoliberalism. The global market economy often weakens traditional authority structures, as multinational corporations and centralized states override local chiefs' economic powers, e.g., land tenure, taxation rights. Legal harmonization versus customary laws. International treaties, human rights, gender equality, environmental protection, challenge certain aspects of traditional governance, e.g., patriarchal dominance, exclusion of women and youth. Resurgence of identity politics. Third, hybrid governance systems. The future may not be a matter of modern state versus traditional authority, but rather integration and hybridity. Dual authority systems in countries like Ghana, Botswana, and Nigeria. Traditional rulers exist alongside modern politicians, often working together on land management, cultural preservation, and conflict resolution. Neo-traditionalism, a phenomenon where modern states revitalize traditional leadership to enhance legitimacy, particularly in rural areas. For example, South Africa's recognition of traditional kings in the post-apartheid constitution, Botswana's House of Chiefs as an advisory body in national legislation. Community-based governance, traditional institutions often succeed where governments fail, dispute settlement, environmental protection, local mobilization, and grassroots development. Their adaptability may become their greatest strength. Fourth, challenges. Confronting the future of traditional institutions' legitimacy crisis. Many traditional leaders are accused of elitism, corruption, or co-optation by political elites. If unchecked, their credibility may diminish. Generational gap youth, increasingly urbanized and digitally connected, may question the relevance of traditions rooted in rural, agrarian contexts. Gender exclusion, patriarchal norms within many traditional systems, conflict with global demands for gender equity and inclusivity. Colonial legacy of distortion. Colonialism, frozen or manipulated traditional institutions for administrative convenience, meaning many traditional structures today are hybrids of colonial invention rather than authentic pre-colonial governance. Global human rights regimes. Some customs, e.g., female disinheritance, forced marriages, or ritual practices, are increasingly challenged by international law and activism. 5. Opportunities for renewal and relevance. Despite challenges, traditional governance systems have unique strengths that can ensure their survival and adaptation. Conflict mediation and peacebuilding. Chiefs, elders, and kings are often neutral moral authorities, making them crucial in peace negotiations and post-conflict reconciliation. Cultural diplomacy. Monarchs and traditional leaders can function as ambassadors of cultural heritage, Strengthening tourism, soft power, and national identity. Environmental stewardship. Indigenous traditions often include sustainable practices, sacred forests, and community-based environmental management, which can align with global climate change strategies. Digital revival of tradition. Social media platforms increasingly showcase traditional rulers, festivals, and heritage, creating global recognition and reviving interest among younger generations. 6. The path forward. Models for coexistence. Advisory role in national governance. Traditional leaders as custodians of culture and advisors, rather than wielders of absolute authority. Formalized power-sharing hybrid constitutions that give institutional recognition to chiefs chart kings within democratic frameworks. Issue e.g. legislative upper chambers, cultural councils. Decentralized governance, empowering traditional institutions at the local level where they remain most effective. Land disputes, customary law. Transformation through inclusivity, opening traditional governance to women, youth, and marginalized groups, thus ensuring survival in the modern age. Global local balance, recognizing traditional governance as part of the global cultural heritage system, while aligning with international human rights standards. 7. Conclusion. This final module establishes that traditional institutions are neither doomed to extinction nor immune to change. Their future lies in their adaptability, inclusivity, and ability to negotiate legitimacy within both local contexts and global systems. Rather than being relics of the past, traditional governance structures may serve as bridges between heritage and modernity, ensuring that communities maintain cultural rootedness while engaging in the global arena.